God loves a terrier.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for 20 films from this century's first decade that don't get enough credit. We are only looking at live action films.
We therefore commit their bodies to the deep, to be turned into corruption.
Number 20, Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
I just know you're gonna fail.
What are you talking about, Edith?
What about my dreams?
Edith, I told you I can't build you a candy house. It will fall down. The sun will melt the candy. It won't work.
It will if it never rains. Dewey, you have got to give up your dream!
2 years after the Johnny Cash biopic Walk the Line won an Oscar, producer-co-writer Judd Apatow came out with an incredible spoof of it. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story is a sharp and absurd parody that aims at every music biopic trope imaginable. Following the life of fictional rock legend Dewey Cox, the film skewers everything from Walk the Line to Ray.
Nobody can follow Elvis.
Wait, did you say Elvis?
With its outrageous humour, surprisingly catchy songs, and an all-star cast of comedic heavyweights, it should have been a runway hit. Yet, despite rave reviews, it bombed at the box office. Maybe it was ahead of its time, or maybe audiences weren't ready for its level of meta humour. Either way, Walk Hard has become a cult classic.
The purple moon is rising. I can see it.
Number 19, Lars and the Real Girl.
Lars! Come on, you promised!
Lars and the Real Girl is the kind of heartfelt oddball story that, on its face, shouldn't work. Ryan Gosling delivers a career-defining performance as Lars, a socially isolated man who finds companionship in Bianca, a life-size doll he orders online.
She loves kids.
What could have been a crass or ridiculous premise is instead handled with warmth and compassion. Long before our current loneliness epidemic, the film explored loneliness and the human need for connection.
It's because she's insecure, but she's just always trying to hug everybody. You know, some people don't like that. Some people don't like to be hugged. But she doesn't realize that. She takes it personally and thinks, it hurts her feelings.
Despite critical acclaim, this quirky gem flew under the radar for many audiences. It's a quiet masterpiece that reminds us that even the strangest stories can hold a mirror to the deepest parts of ourselves. Number 18, Synecdoche, New York.
Mommy, is something wrong with my poop?
No, honey, it's just green.
I'll try it yourself.
You probably ate something green.
Synecdoche, New York is the kind of art house film that gets under your skin and refuses to leave. Written and directed by Charlie Kaufman, it follows theatre director Caden Cattard, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Do you get high, my friend?
You know, sometimes.
Do you want to nap with me in my car?
I get kind of something when I'm stoned.
When Cattard's life falls apart, he finds solace in theatre. He attempts to recreate his entire life inside a massive warehouse for a never-ending play.
Daddy can't play now, honey.
Daddy doesn't live with us anymore, baby. He had to go find himself.
Hey,
Had his moment.
Yeah.
they still feel a little tight in the toe. But maybe
Have an argument. You're having an argument.
have it.
It's an intricate, surreal exploration of mortality, identity, and the futility of artistic ambition. While critics praise its ambition, the film's layered narrative and bleak tone left mainstream audiences puzzled. But for those who connect with its themes, Synecdoche, New York is a profound, almost overwhelming experience.
I don't want to do this play now. I have an idea. I think.
Number 17, 25th Hour.
Sorry to drop in on you. I just wanted to talk to you for a second.
What's going on?
Nothing. What is this you got going on here?
Teaching my class, I guess.
In a circle like that?
Spike Lee's 25th Hour is a raw, deeply reflective drama that stands as a time capsule of post-9/11 New York City. The film follows Edward Norton's Monty in the final hours before he begins a 7-year prison sentence.
Can I say I messed up?
As we go along with Monty's journey, we explore his regrets and the fragile connections to his friends. As the first major movie filmed in NYC after 9/11, it captures the city's somber, shell-shocked atmosphere with unflinching honesty.
Monty! Oh my God!
It's alright. It's alright, just give me inside.
The haunting visuals, poignant performances, and a blistering monologue from Norton elevate it to masterpiece status. Despite its critical acclaim, 25th Hour remains overshadowed by flashier films of the era.
I'll tell you, I believe in God's kingdom, and I believe I will be with you again and your mother, but not in this lifetime.
Number 16, Brick.
It's good to see you, Brennan. It's been some time.
2 months.
Directed by Ryan Johnson and starring a younger, subtler Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Brick is one of the best thrillers of the decade that no one saw. Playing out like a hardball detective story set in high school, Brick borrows heavily from classic noir stories in the vein of Dashiell Hammett and is every bit as entertaining and complex.
I know what you did. I was in the tunnel. I saw you hide her.
Toad.
Anyone I tell, it would ruin you some way. And I'm gonna tell someone.
Are you making an offer?
Maybe.
It has a well-developed story with rich characters, and the high school setting provides a great modern twist on the old-school detective story. Today, it's a cult classic.
You want the whole tale? You want me to tell it to you?
Tell it to me.
Alright. From the top.
Number 15, Primer.
As long as we're going down this road where it's 8th grade physics and a happy fun time out in our garage, I think we stand to try this.
Primer is a low-budget marvel that redefines sci-fi storytelling with its mind-bending take on time travel.
What do you think? This is normal? I don't know. I'm turning it off. Wait. No, it's right on my camera. I'm not buying it. Okay, I didn't do that.
Written, directed, and starring Shane Carruth, the film follows two engineers who accidentally invent a time machine.
Abe had taken on the task of quantifying and explaining the device. But as weeks became months, their enthusiasm became a slow realization that they were out of their depth.
Their journeys through time quickly spiral into paranoia and existential dread. With its dense dialogue and intricate plotting, Primer expects audiences to keep up, offering no easy explanations or hand-holding. While this complexity turned off casual viewers, it earned the film a cult following among those who relish its intellectual challenge. Made for just $7,000, Primer proves that you don't need a blockbuster budget to create a timeless or mind-bending classic.
I was gonna give you this big speech about how we've been friends for a long time and built up trust and that whole big thing. But how about this instead? If you ditch work this afternoon, promise to do the few small things I ask you. I will, in return, show you the most important thing that any living organism has ever witnessed.
Number 14, 1 Hour Photo.
Family photos depict smiling faces. Births, weddings, holidays, children's birthday parties. People take pictures of the happy moments in their lives.
Robin Williams trades in his trademark offbeat warmth for a new brand of silent intensity in 1 Hour Photo.
I process these photos as if they were my own.
It is easily one of the creepiest performances of his career. Williams plays Cy Parrish, a lonely photo technician who becomes dangerously obsessed with a family whose pictures he develops. The film unfolds as a slow-burn psychological thriller exploring themes of isolation, voyeurism, and the dark underbelly of everyday life.
So, are you alright?
I'm fine. I'll have these for you tomorrow.
Thanks, Cy.
Bye.
Williams' portrayal of Cy is both unsettling and tragically human, showing a side of the beloved actor that few had seen before. Despite critical praise, 1 Hour Photo never quite reached the heights of Williams' more mainstream hits.
And if these pictures have anything important to say to future generations, it's this. I was here. I existed.
Number 13, Sunshine.
Hey, Chris. How close is this to full brightness?
Danny Boyle's Sunshine is a gripping sci-fi thriller that's equal parts awe-inspiring and nerve-wracking. Set in the not-too-distant future, it follows a crew of astronauts tasked with reigniting our solar system's dying sun.
But in truth, we already have the oxygen reserves to make it there and a quarter way back.
The film is a stunning visual spectacle, oscillating between almost poetic beauty and white-knuckled terror.
Moving down to investigate damaged area.
Okay, guys. Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Alex Garland's screenplay balances high-concept science with human struggle. The stellar ensemble cast, pun intended, delivers intense and shockingly grounded performances.
We do not have enough oxygen reserves to get us to our payload delivery point, let alone to survive the return journey.
So cancel the ticker tape parade.
The third act's shift into psychological horror isn't for everyone, and to some it feels off-putting. Still, Sunshine remains a visually and emotionally powerful film that deserves more love. Number 12, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Sometimes as a younger man, I stretched the truth to get what I wanted.
Directed by George Clooney, and with an all-star cast that includes Drew Barrymore, Julia Roberts, and Clooney himself, it really is a wonder why this movie never caught on.
Hey, what's through my wall?
Oh, some guy called Goldberg.
Goldberg. Larry Goldberg?
The film follows the biographical story of Chuck Barris, a game show host who claimed to be an assassin working for the CIA.
Have you noticed, Jim, I got a TV show on there. I don't need to kill people for hire anymore. Yeah, you don't need to, but you'd like to.
The actors are all fantastic, most notably the perpetually underrated Sam Rockwell as Barris, and the sets and cinematography capture the era perfectly. Mixing dark humor with intense drama, the movie finds a perfect balance and creates a unique, sadly overlooked experience.
Worked for the CIA. Do you understand? And I killed people. I killed a lot of people. You understand? I killed a lot of people.
Number 11, I'm Not There.
Can I smoke in here?
You sound, for someone so widely known, a bit fatalistic.
I'm not fatalistic.
Inspired by the life of timeless performer Bob Dylan, this movie uses non-traditional techniques to achieve its distinctive feel. Many famous actors portray the different facets of Dylan, including Heath Ledger and Christian Bale, but it's Cate Blanchett who steals the show.
2 words. Raving queen and cosmic amphetamine brain. I dig Shakespeare.
Receiving an Academy Award nomination for her stellar performance. It's a weird and intimidating film, but it's all for the sake of artistic merit, and in that sense, the film is flawless. Dylan even praised the movie and its actors in a Rolling Stone article, calling them incredible.
Sex are 2 things that really hang people up. And why that is, well, I'll never fully understand.
So at least it wasn't overlooked by its subject.
Now I've cried tonight like I cried the night before, and I'm least on the highs, but I dream about the door.
Number 10, Moon.
3 years is a long haul, you know, it's way too long. I'm talking to myself on a regular basis, so time to go home, you know what I mean?
Another movie with an amazing performance by Sam Rockwell, Moon is a grossly underrated science fiction film that attempts to tackle heavy themes and questions while looking great in the process.
Sam, you suffered a slight concussion in the crash and have incurred minor injuries, but all in all, the prognosis is good. I'm happy to see you again.
The movie follows an astronaut as he faces a crisis after being alone for 3 years on the moon. It's a dark and lonely picture filled with elegant, spacious cinematography, but it's Rockwell's Oscar-snubbed performance that pulls at our heartstrings.
90 seconds. Stop. You ever been out this far? No.
Signal failure.
Never have.
It could be considered the next great sci-fi experience if people would actually watch it.
I asked her if she wanted to go get like an ice cream cone or something dorky like that. She said, let's get a drink. I said, okay, what do you...
Number 9, Best in Show.
Cookie and I work as a team, although I do nothing. She does all the work with Winky.
It took the comedic brilliance of Christopher Guest to figure out how to make a dog show the setting of one of America's greatest comedy films.
And he's saying, I'm ready. That's when you know he's ready for a show. Because he says, I'm ready. I'm ready. See, then I know he's ready.
Shot in a mockumentary style, Best in Show follows a quirky and absurd ensemble of dog enthusiasts as they prepare for the prestigious Mayflower Kennel Club dog show.
God loves a terrier. Yes, he does. God loves a terrier. That's because small, sturdy, bright, and true, they give their love to you.
From neurotic yuppies to eccentric trainers, the characters are as lovable as they are ridiculous. The huge ensemble is led by future Schitt's Creek stars Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara.
You! Hey, Winky, look at this. You! Yes.
That's it. He's a natural. He's just so natural. And look at his face. Could he be sweeter or more loving? And the group is all about attitude.
While comedy fans adore it, Best in Show was a quiet, intellectual quirk fest lost in an era of in-your-face humour.
Backyard, front yard, or the barn.
Number 8, Stranger Than Fiction.
This isn't boarding school, Miss Pascal. You stole from the government.
Some of the best films of the 2000s are small movies with big stars that defy genre conventions. Enter Stranger Than Fiction.
I don't know how to kill Harold Crick. That's why they sent you.
Yes, to help you.
How are you going to help me? You, who never thinks of leaping off buildings. What great inspiration will you bestow on me? Because I'll tell you, the quaint ideas I'm sure you've gathered in your adorable career as an assistant are to no avail when faced with killing a man.
A rare Will Ferrell dramedy. While caught in absurd situations, Ferrell plays Harold Crick relatively straight. Crick is an IRS auditor whose meticulously mundane life is upended when he begins hearing a narrator describe both his every move and his impending death.
He began it the same way he always did. When others' minds would...
Hello, someone there?
The film is an oh-so-delicate balance between humour, existential musings, and heartfelt emotion. Emma Thompson, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Dustin Hoffman deliver standout performances, and its clever premise and touching exploration of free will and destiny make it a truly unique experience.
It's a book about a man who doesn't know he's about to die, and then dies. But if the man does know he's going to die, and dies anyway, dies willingly, knowing he could stop it, then... I mean, isn't that the type of man you want to keep alive?
Number 7, In Bruges. To put it bluntly, In Bruges is hands down one of the smartest, deftest comedies ever made.
I'm not being funny, we can't stay here.
We've got to stay here until he rings.
Well, what if he doesn't ring for 2 weeks?
Then we stay here for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks?
Written and directed by Martin McDonagh, the film follows hitmen Ray and Ken, played by Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson.
We are doing what I want to do.
Ray botched a job, so they're hiding out in the picturesque Belgian town of Bruges. The duo's chemistry is electric, with Farrell's guilt-ridden rookie clashing perfectly against Gleeson's wary veteran. The gorgeous medieval backdrop contrasts sharply with the film's bloody, morally complex narrative. With witty dialogue, poignant themes of redemption, and a career-defining turn from Farrell, In Bruges was a critical powerhouse.
Can I have my gun back, please? What am I gonna do, Ken? What am I gonna do? Just keep moving.
It received only a limited release in the US, but its audience mainly grew thanks to DVD sales and eventually streaming.
The little boy.
That's right, Ray. The little boy.
Number 6, Road to Perdition.
Excuse me, I have urgent business with these young gentlemen.
Tom Hanks has made an entire career out of being a relatable everyman. You can literally count the movies where he plays a bad guy on one hand. One of those films was 2002's Road to Perdition.
You are not to speak of this to anyone. You understand? Not to anyone.
It's a haunting crime drama about a murderous father seeking vengeance while accompanied by his young son. Paul Newman shines as Hank's conflicted boss and father figure in one of his final roles.
Mistakes You know, we all make them, God knows.
Jude Law's sadistic assassin chills the bone every time he appears on screen, and the film's cinematography paints every frame like a somber masterpiece, from rain-soaked streets to the iconic final showdown on a misty beach. It's a gripping tale of loyalty, legacy, and the cost of redemption.
Give me the gun, Michael. Come on. Give me the gun.
Number 5, Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World.
Hold the gun crews to deck. Rigman ropes over the stern and pull the boats in.
Fresh off his turn as Maximus in Gladiator, Russell Crowe donned a blonde wig for his next period film.
Sail trimmers to their station! Get the sails over, lads! She's under the breast!
Master and Commander is a nautical epic based on the award-winning book series about Napoleonic war hero Jack Aubrey. Crowe's Aubrey is a brilliant yet headstrong leader, supported by his best friend, doctor and naturalist Dr. Stephen Maturin. The film's attention to historical detail is unparalleled. From the creak of wooden decks to the thundering cannons, viewers are immersed in the Napoleonic Wars. The film won widespread critical acclaim, getting numerous Oscar nominations.
My dear doctor, I've been amongst and around wounds all my life.
Oh, good then. Put your hand on my belly. Press him firmly when I give the word.
The audience wasn't huge as the film was overshadowed by 2003's Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Was a bloody pirate, a scallywag.
Number 4, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
No, I didn't kill him. He wanted in. Why? I didn't want him to come in on it. He insisted. I said, you gotta stay at home, but he doesn't listen to me. He's such a stupid son of a bitch.
An overlooked classic in the crime comedy genre, this movie centers on a thief who is posing as an actor in Hollywood that gets caught in the middle of a murder investigation.
I didn't. I believe that I did not.
What do you mean? You said you don't remember.
Well, that's my point. If I don't remember because I was that drunk, then how could I have ever gotten it up? And I know that this is outrageous and it's not normal. I'm not pretending that I'm normal. I just chickened out.
Co-stars Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer share terrific chemistry, and the movie features one of Downey Jr.'s most overlooked roles, as he is truly hilarious.
Here we all are. Ike, Mike, and Mustard.
What the hell does that mean?
The comedy is sharp and the action is gritty, with the movie blending so many genres together, it becomes a biting satire on classic, hard-edged stories.
What happened that he had to kill her, huh?
Harry, will you put a sock in it?
I'm asking a question.
No, I'm saying, yeah, if you ask questions, then it seems like we don't know anything, like we're fishing. Okay.
Number 3, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. This movie was written and directed by Wes Anderson, and features all of his trademark quirkiness, eccentricity, and originality.
Bravo! What fun!
Steve, I'd like to introduce you to Antonia Cook. She's the new head of the Film Society.
You must be so excited.
I hope so. You think it went okay?
Which make for a fun, if awkward, time. It's filled with terrific performances by an all-star cast, most notably Bill Murray as Steve.
So what happened, in your opinion?
What are you talking about?
Well, don't you think the public perception of your work has significantly altered in the last 5 years?
That's your first question? I thought this was supposed to be a puff piece.
A man who sets out to find the shark that killed his best friend. While Wes is becoming more popular today, this movie proved too strange for audiences, receiving mixed reviews and bombing with a box office performance of only $35 million.
Please don't make fun of me. I just wanted to flirt with you.
Number 2, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
I've already robbed a railroad train. I'm sitting in a rocking chair chatting with none other than Jesse James.
A unique title for a unique movie. It lets the audience know right away what they're getting into.
Jesse mentioned that me and Cummins were in cahoots.
Is that so?
Oh, dear. I went on and said too much, have I?
Which is a terrific story leading up to the titular historic killing of Jesse James by Robert Ford. Starring Brad Pitt and Casey Affleck, respectively, they become their characters through hypnotic performances.
Oh, excuse me. See, I chased right on in and interrupted you.
And the movie is completed by memorably beautiful and desolate cinematography. It deserves a spot in the pantheon of great westerns, but sadly it bombed at the box office and has failed to make an impression. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Zodiac.
What's on the crime beat?
Janice in Datebook left the fondue party before everyone got naked. That's a crime.
Hollywood is rife with films based on a true story, but few filmmakers were as brave or speculative as David Fincher in his film Zodiac.
Jesus Christ, who's got school buses? Department of Transportation?
School board.
All right. I'm gonna need elimination prints from your staff. Is anyone here didn't touch this letter?
The film is a deep dive into the real-life Zodiac killer case, following a pair of journalists and a detective as they try to uncover the identity of the infamous murderer.
I'm reading this book, Homicide Investigation by Lamone Snyder, and it says you look for patterns, so I'm looking for patterns.
No. You can't think of this case in normal police terms.
Why not?
You got 4 crime scenes: Solano, Vallejo, Berryessa, and here. Not a single usable print of the first 3 or in any of the letters.
Fincher's trademark precision brings the 1970s to life, immersing viewers in the paranoia and unease that gripped California during the killer's spree.
Her body's found the next morning in a parking lot, stabbed to death.
Its deliberate pacing and chilling atmosphere elevate it above standard crime dramas. At the time, though, it struggled to find an audience before becoming a cult classic.
Last time I saw this face was July 4th, 1969. I am very sure that's the man who shot me.
Think we missed the mark? Drop your favorite hidden gem in the comments.
This helmet contains our last supply. O King, I believe your wisdom shall save us all.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.